precaution to get in touch not only with the people who were on that original flight from Melbourne to the Gold Coast, but also other passengers who are travelling on board that plane. They're still in the works for that because obviously those manifests would have lots of people involved in that, but they've also been working with Queensland Health to make sure that they were able to get everybody's details who are on board.
Take position. Enemy
thanks very much. Lots of developments with this story. We spoke to Australia's Chief Health Officer, Brendan Murphy, for an update a little earlier.
It clearly is not yet contained in China, but they are making Herculean efforts to do so. It's contained very well in all the countries where it's been exported to, including Australia. I think one of the things we're noting at the moment, the World Health Organization noted overnight that it has a mortality of around 2% on the current data compared to SARS, which had 10%. So there are a number of mild cases, and the mortality is mainly in elderly people who have other diseases, but it's still too early to make definite predictions about the severity of this condition, but containment remains our goal, and that's certainly what we're focusing on in Australia.
And we're just looking at photos, pictures actually from the Geelong laboratories, the CSIRO. Of course, there is a lot of work being done, but how significant is Australia's contribution in trying to find a vaccine?
Yes, Australia is making a substantial contribution. As you know, the Doherty Institute in Melbourne grew the virus very quickly, and having the virus in culture is a really important step to develop, for example, blood tests to determine who might be infected. There's a very active group in the University of Queensland who have been involved in the vaccine development from viruses using molecular biology, and they're very actively working on that. And as you say, the Australian Health Laboratories in Geelong play a very important role in animal studies in viruses. So we're playing a very active lead role as we always do in these sort of situations.
The Commonwealth Chief Medical Officer Brendan Murphy on the show a bit earlier. Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk has taken a swipe at the federal government over its handling of the coronavirus outbreak.
Speaking to Channel 7, she's accused the Morrison government of not passing on enough information to the states.
We need to make sure...
Welcome back.
...that information. I don't believe we have enough senior people who are actually being on the federal hookups. I think the federal government should immediately recall their cabinet, and I think they should have an immediate meeting with the premiers, or at least have them on the phone hookup, so we can get the most up-to-date information.
Anastasia Palaszczuk there earlier this morning. Well, there's a major shift coming in Australian drug laws from today. Personal cannabis use is legal in the ACT. Growing and smoking small amounts is now permitted, but buying and selling it remains against the law.
But there are still questions around just how the laws will work in practice. Tom Lowry has more.
From today, cannabis users in Canberra can come out of the shadows. Growing, smoking and owning small amounts of cannabis is now legal in the ACT. It sounds big, but the ACT government insists it's not revolutionary.
We know that there's a percentage of people in Canberra who do use cannabis for their own personal use. We believe that people are more likely to seek assistance if they can do that without the stigma of the criminal justice system.
Legalisation comes with tight restrictions. Cannabis can only be grown and consumed in your own home. There are limits of 2 plants per person and 4 per household. It cannot be bought, sold or gifted. Josh is a cannabis user planning to put the legislation to good use. But despite the law change, he's still not ready to be identified.
I would like to be able to have my own home garden, and I would like to grow something that I can love, nurture, and then be able to consume, much the same that someone would tomato plants or cabbages or lettuce.
And advance and take position! He's one of many.
You're walking past people every single day who go home and smoke weed, and you would never tell.
But there's an ambiguity not addressed by the laws. Possession is
Show
legal,
your face, man.
Or cannabis plants to anyone is illegal.
I think a lot of the people that want to grow their own cannabis will unfortunately have to at some point break the law in order to be able to not break the law, which seems strange when you think about it.
Most of the legalisation supply and the seed. So it is one to watch, and we will be watching and seeing the pros and cons of a modern farm.
And possession remains illegal under Commonwealth law. So there's still no guarantee
either policing or prosecution or court resources in and around the use of small amounts of cannabis for personal use would seem to be a strange use of it.
A significant change, but still a little hazy. Tom Lowry, ABC News, Canberra.
Some of the driest conditions on record are forcing feral camels in from the desert in the search of water. Western Australian pastoralists are shooting hundreds at a time to protect precious supplies for their cattle.
Landline's Christy O'Brien travelled to the Eastern Desert, and we warn this story contains images of dead camels.
At Prentice Station, the mercury is soaring. It's above 49 degrees in the shade. The father and son, Tim and Jack Carmody, have a grim task.
What we've got is Dad just trying to bring down the tank and push him out into the mulga. Because in the mulga it gets a little bit harder to get through them.
Culling camels is part of daily life on the 405,000 hectare property in the middle of Western Australia. It's become a regular task as dry conditions persist.
One day I was thinking I'll get close to the 100, and I've ended up shooting 180 of them, and I proceeded to go up and up until I peaked out at 435 in a day.
At neighbouring Carnegie Station, manager Brendan Carew has long days and nights dealing with invading camels from the adjoining desert. So what are you doing?
So we've just pulled up our solar pump, and we're going to lower down a sub pump tonight just to catch up a bit of water here, because the tank's dry.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
Down there.
He's had to constantly check for watering points each night and put in backup systems to try to replace water the camels have drained. It's another burden in caring for cattle already struggling with the driest summer on record.
They'll come to the trough and they'll push the cattle away from the trough, and they'll surround it, not let the cattle in, and just steal all the water for themselves. Because they're such a big animal, they drink so much water, and if they drink a trough dry, then they just smash it to pieces trying to find more water.
Many pastoralists and Indigenous landholders despair of using animals just left to rot. This might seem like a cruel way to handle camels, but without a viable commercial industry, it's literally the only option available to pastoralists. Without decent rain, the problem could become much worse before the summer is out.
Christy O'Brien there, and you can see more of that story, including the challenge of commercialisation of wild camels this Sunday at 12:30 on Landline. First program back for the year, don't miss it.
Study on the ground has been described as the worst on record in some areas, but recent rain has given farmers hope.
Our national drought reporter Lucy Barber has spent the last few months asking people what they'll do when the big dry finally ends.
Today.
When the drought breaks, the first thing we're going to do is throw a massive party for all of the town that I live in.
We are going to plant a garden.
I'll give a stupid answer. I don't think the drought ever breaks.
Oh, I'm going to wash my hair and clean it up without nursing. Here I come.
Cool.
Start preparing for the next one.
I'm going to wear white clothes.
I used to run up to 11,000 cattle steers, and at the moment I've got 400. So I've got to actually work out how I buy 8,000 steers to get my business.
More tanks the other one, so just catch more water, that'd be one thing.
Before I can say, the first thing you do is clean the street, because they run around and take the green ticks, and you've got to stop them doing that. And they have some loose, so you've got to keep feeding the sheep. But I might have a celebratory yard.
Rain
very bad
game. But I think the harvest that follows the breaking of the drought is going to be a slow.
Same thing we do every time it rains.
Yes, you are speedy, man.
So
So I reckon I'm just going to go out in the yard and jump in puddles. And I might end up even falling over and rolling in puddles. I don't really care.
Jump in muddy puddles and have a celebration.
The first thing I'll be doing when the drought really does break is having a beer, I think. I'm just going to go and stand in it.
Smell it.
Smell it. Exactly.
I'll probably jump on my motorbike and go riding through all the puddles.
Buy more cattle.
When the drought breaks, I'll have a really long shower without Dad nagging me.
I would love to be able to wash my floors and the walls in the house and get rid of the dust completely out.
And I'd take her out for dinner.
Maybe a giant.
First thing I'm going to do is run around the sprinkler.
Lucy Barber, there's some beautiful stories from people it's telling us what they'll do when the big rain, the sustained rain, starts happening in those many, many drought-affected areas of Australia.
I think my favourite was the woman who said she will wear white. Totally understand that. We've been having a little listen to the Prime Minister's press conference that's been underway. We just want to let you know that he has defended the cost that the government has suggested people being evacuated to Christmas Island from China, face, and that he said it is standard procedure. The US is doing the same.
Yeah, cost estimated to be around $1,000 ball mark, and we are still awaiting details of when that Qantas plane will actually get into China to start evacuating those Australian citizens. Stay across all ABC News platforms over the course of the day for the latest coronavirus updates. Now to one of the highlights of our morning. She's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, has won 7 Grammys, and is about to grace Australian stages for the first time in 20 years next week.
Free for all! Move out and take position! Hostiles inbound!
Gladys Knight will be performing around the country along with her 9-piece band. We were so lucky to have her join us on the couch earlier.
I love people. I love what I do. I'm obedient to my Father in heaven and also my parents because they thought that I had some kind of talent when I was little. And so,
they were wrong.
And so they started to cultivate it then, you know. And as I grew, they tried to keep me before people that had a certain spirit or, you know, thing about themselves and helping me to grow as far as the talent was concerned, what they thought. So.
What are people going to get when they come and see you here in Australia?
Well, hopefully they'll have some fun, first of all. You know, like I don't like everything to be serious, but I do some fun songs along the way. And y'all want to sing? Come on, here we go. Kind of thing. You know?
Gladys, you don't know what you're saying there.
Yeah, Gladys, speaking of singing, we had our Christmas party for the show in December, and Lisa, of the thousands of songs she could have chosen for the karaoke machine, the song she chose was Midnight Train to Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl, you should have called me. I'd have done background for you.
Oh, you fill my heart. Do you know, it's been my go-to karaoke song for 2 decades.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm proud.
LA. Grew too much for the man.
Yes, hey. Don't those lyrics get you?
Oh, I love them. I could cry listening to them.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
And she did an okay job.
I bet.
Okay, not as good as you, clearly.
It wasn't always going to be that way, was it? It wasn't always going to be a midnight train to Georgia.
No, originally. And I was like kind of being a little pushy. And I don't like being that, but I just happen to know the writer and the producer. And so I told him, I said, you know what? I have to believe in what I sing. I can, you know, because I'm learning how to be a better actress. I would like to do that better. But I said, you know, something about this song.
See me, man.
You know, Midnight Train to Houston? No, I've been to Houston, but I love those people. But I'm from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Can we say Midnight Train, Georgia? He said, yeah, that's fine. And so that's how it
came about.
How's Cloud 9 going?
It's a pretty nice place to be in, especially for a Friday, Michael.
Yeah, what a lovely woman in every sense of the word. Dennis Knight, you can see more of that interview on our social media channels as well. Let's go to sport. Paul, she was quite impressive.
Fantastic, and no relation to Cafe Night, who
who was
were
on the
referencing
program earlier.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right, we were.
Fantastic. Wouldn't it have been good if she came round to your place for the Christmas party?
Oh, and
we missed a trick there.
Backing vocals for Lisa Miller. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Hopefully she's touring at the end of this year and we could work out our people and speak to her people.
Yeah. Well, the party's at Lisa's house, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
Why are you nervous?
We'll get back to you on that one later. Quick one just on the tennis. If you're just tuning in, Novak Djokovic knocked off Roger Federer. You didn't see this one coming, you haven't been paying attention. Djokovic has been in top form. Federer, although he's one of the great champions of all time and is the leading all-time great for Grand Slam wins, for now anyway, he's been a bit injured this tournament, got injured in the quarterfinals. So he battled on, but Djokovic won in 3. He'll either play Thiem or Zverev in the final. It'll be the youngsters versus this guy who's in his prime. Not one of the old guys. He's 32. Kerry Wright for another Australian Open over the weekend.
Good stuff, BK. Thank you so much.
Gee, they're going to have a hot day at the tennis.
Hot and humid as well. It's all that moisture that we've had over Queensland, where there's still a flood, a raft of floods across the north of the state. The same system that caused that is feeding down into a cold front, and we're getting it in the southeast. Take a look. You can see the heat, first of all, piling into Victoria today. A little bit further north, tomorrow will be the focus. Severe fire danger following, so Victoria today in the west and large parts of Tasmania also looking at severe fire danger. Saturday, Victoria and the southeast of New South Wales, including the ACT. Now, as this front comes in, it's those hot northerlies, of course, but look at that rain developing. It's going to be heavy falls, thunderstorms. We're likely to see plenty of severe cells, large hail, all of the works this weekend. And 4 to 3 on the way to Melbourne today. Tomorrow,
it's our word of the day. It's how you say it.
It's, sultry.
So hot for all kids going back to school as well.
It's going to be a hot day today. Hot day timetable.
Yeah.
Hot day, that's indoors. No outdoors.
No cricket outside.
You promised us a photo.
Pete.
We got that one?
Yep, I think
this was yesterday when the kiddies went off, number 2 and number 3. Number 1's getting so old that he doesn't even post for pictures anymore.
Oh, man.
New haircuts, new year, and Dad in the back was surprised because they never watch that show.
Oh,
back, man.
On the occasion.
Yeah.
I bet they would have today, early.
They watch one of the other shows, don't they?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what they watch.
You know what they watch? Like my two, these things.
Yeah.
They watch a lot of YouTube, so I've now told them we're on YouTube as well.
We are indeed. And has that worked?
How
they
cool
watch
is
us on
that?
YouTube?
No, I think they tried to flick over and then just got lost in a maze of YouTube clips.
Rabbit hole. So thank you for all of your picks as well. Emma and Sam. This is Emma and Sam getting ready for school on the Central Coast. Canmore, I believe. Apologies for the mispronunciation if I did, from Sonia. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Look at those kids, got it all ahead of them.
I know. You miss those days, don't you? We could have been.
Yeah, well, yesterday for my nieces, one of them at least, it was Braces Day. How about that? Starting school for the year and getting braces for the first time. No, sorry about that, Lucy. Oh, well.
That's one of the things
we're
eternally grateful for. Touch wood, we have missed the braces train with our 2 kids.
Right.
Oh, man.
Our wallets are much heavier as a result.
Train, midnight train, Georgia.
Take us away, Lisa. We're back next week.
LA, too much.
I think it's fair to say that this summer has shocked us all. You never know the scale of the disaster while it's unfolding. And there are so many Australians now confronting that reality. It's really clear that Australia has to have a very big conversation about the bushfires. And we're going to do that on Q&A. This is the place that you can come and ask the questions you have and actually get the answers.
Hamish McDonald hosts the Q&A Bushfires Special, Monday 9:35
Enemy care package observed.
Live.
Deny them their resupply.
The planet is poised.
We've got some big news.
And the gloves are on as America gets ready to rumble. In the blue corner, Biden, Bernie or Warren.
You sent me into the fight.
Who will take on Trump? The win
Esse
is going to be
filme
smart,
é
thrills, spills, and possible bills.
The beautiful
And we'll have every knockout moment.
It's going to be a wild ride in 2020.
Giddy up. Planet America Fireside Chat. Tonight, ABC News.
Today, the World
Fight a
Health
strike inbound.
Organization
Find
declared
cover.
a global public health emergency for the new coronavirus.
We must act now to help countries prepare.
Power bills to drop in New South Wales as the state and federal governments sign a $2 billion energy deal. Temperatures soar across the southeast with concerns strong winds could cause dangerous bushfires to flare.
So there it is, another supreme performance.
And Novak Djokovic defeats Roger Federer in straight sets to advance to the 8th Australian Open final. Hello, welcome to Mornings on ABC. I'm Rory Dunkley. The weather first in the capital cities around the nation. Brisbane, partly cloudy. Sydney, becoming windy and sunny. Canberra, hot and smoky, a top of 41. Melbourne, very hot with a late shower or storm. Hobart, very hot, a top of 14 degrees with late rain. Adelaide, showers with possible
Enemy bomb
thunderstorms.
incoming. Get to cover.
Perth, Darwin, a possible shower or storm. Our top story today, budget airline Tiger Air is trying to contact hundreds of passengers from multiple flights who have potentially been exposed to coronavirus. The national public health emergency is declared. The passengers travelled on 13 different flights on the same Tiger Air aircraft to destinations including Cairns, Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth since Monday. There are 9 confirmed cases of the new coronavirus in Australia, including 2 people in Queensland who flew on Tiger Air. Earlier today, the World Health Organization declared the virus a public health emergency.
Oh, the dirty one. Dirty.
2000s, and many nations are evacuating their citizens from China.
Oh, man.
Australia is planning to remove up to 600 people
shot.
from Wuhan
Headshot.
and send them to Christmas Island for quarantine.
The vast
Respect,
majority
man.
of cases
Respect.
outside China have a travel history to Wuhan or contact with someone with a travel history to Wuhan. We
Respect,
don't know
man.
what
Respect.
sort of damage this virus could do if it were to spread in a country with a weaker health system. We must act now to help countries prepare for that possibility. For all of these reasons, I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus. The main reason for this declaration is not because of what is happening in China, but because of what is happening in other countries. Our greatest concern is the potential for the virus to spread to countries with weaker health systems and which are ill prepared.
Well, reporter Lara Hyams joins us now from Sydney Airport. Hi, Lara. A lot of flights this particular Tiger airplane took. How is the process of tracking people going?